Hey guys, today we got Emerald the Blessed, a unicorn legendary creature that, for 3, can exile another target creature you control and return to the battlefield under your control. And also, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 white or green. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And if it's a unicorn, you can put 2. But we're not really doing unicorn tribal with this deck, just because I tried it a handful of times, and maybe I'm just making it wrong. But I usually don't do too well with it. I try to put chain slings and shapeshifters and whatnot to kind of put more unicorns into the deck, but it just never seems to work out too well. Maybe it's just the matchmaking putting me up against, more consistent commanders. So most of the time it doesn't really work out. Also, I made this deck yesterday and play tested it around. I made a lot of changes at the end, even though I won every game I played with it. So hoping that doesn't change, but we went from doing like a mix of life gain and +1 counters to focusing more on enter the battlefield effects. And I'm thinking that would be more consistent than it was. That way we don't have like 3 different things going on at the same time, and we can kind of focus on one mechanic. With that in mind, some of the cards that I think will stand out and had stand out in the playtesting was cards like Renegade Rallier has Revolt. When it enters the battlefield, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, return a permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this is like a really easy way to get cards back from your grave to the field for the more enter the battlefield effects. And if you have enough mana, you can kind of spam this card. And also, if I remember, it triggers even on itself if you bounce it and then bring it back. It still counts for the effect. But a lot of our 2-drops are pretty good. They're see, a lot of them are when entered the battlefield, draw a card. And then we have like Gala Greeters, which is just, gets a trigger every time something enters the battlefield, which will happen quite a lot. Making tap treasures mostly with it. And if it triggers again, usually the +1 counter is good, unless we need life. Incubation Druid's really good with Emiel. Put it on the field, pay 1 if you can. Now you can tap Incubation Druid for 3 mana instead of 1. And that's really nice. It's much better than paying 5 to adapt it. Mass Vandal can get rid of enchantments and stuff too by exiling a card in your graveyard. There's a lot of enchantment artifact hate in this deck, which is good since it seems to be always popular. Knights of Autumn, another card that can get rid of artifacts or enchantments. We have Spring Bloom Druid. When it enters the battlefield, you can sack a land to put 2 more on the battlefield. So that's very nice. You can kind of loop that over and over. There's also a lot of protection cards. We're not running any sweepers, but we are running protection against them. So we have Teferi's Protection, Unbreakable Formation, Guardian of Faith is really good because Guardian of Faith doesn't say cast, just enter the battlefield. So as long as you have mana open and this card is on the field, you can kind of just keep blinking it anytime your opponent tries to do anything. As long as you got the life total to take a couple hits. But even then, it's hard for them to get rid of any of your creatures at that point. We also have Yasharn to also grab lands and then prevent your opponent from sacking their cards, which is always nice. We have Late. I can't pronounce worth crap, so I'm just going to call it Radiant Champion because I can pronounce that. Which it's pretty easy to put a bunch of loyalty counters on this creature or on this planeswalker, and then minus it next turn as long as it doesn't get hit. And has you get an emblem basically whenever something enters your battlefield on your turn, you can draw a card, which is what we want to be doing a lot of. And then we have Johnny, the Great-Hearted. Gives all of our creatures vigilance. You can +1 to gain 3 life, and it can also put a +1 counter on it. Every creature we control and a loyalty counter on our planeswalkers, but I think we're only running the one other. Then we have Tolsimir. That when it enters the battlefield, creates a legendary 3/3 green and white wolf token. That also, whenever a wolf token enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life, and that creature fights up to one target creature you don't control. So with Emerald, you can actually, make this a 4/4, have it fight, bounce, Tolsimir, and do it over and over as much as you can. Thragtusk is also another really good card to blink. You get 5 life when it enters, and you get a 3/3 when it leaves. So with blinking, when it leaves through the blinking method, you're getting a 3/3 in it, and you can just keep doing that as much as you can. We have Kola to fight, it's an annoying card to go against, and also destroy enchantments and can it destroy enchantments and artifacts when it attacks. Titan of Industry can do a lot, and if they can't get rid of it, you can put shield counters on like all your creatures and do whatever else you want with the other triggers. Craterhoof Behemoth. This Craterhoof Behemoth. Put it down. Everything gets big. You attack in. Great Hinge. Extra mana, extra draw. Then we have Teleportation Circle to blink for free, essentially, without having to pay for it with the Emiel. And Wilderness Reclamation. That at the beginning of your end step, untap all lands you control. That's pretty good because you can spend all your mana on your turn blinking things, and then once you end your turn, hey, get all your mana back, and then you can do it again on their turn, which is really good for like dodging targeted effects and whatnot with Emerald's ability. So with all that in mind, that's the deck. I'm thinking it's going to work out pretty well. Like I said, I've been on a nice win streak with it. Yesterday I played tested it, so I'm hoping that continues. This is Emiel, the Phyrexian version. We got all the white land we can need, but no green. This is a little bit better. Wish we had a creature, but we'll see what we can draw into. I don't really like being down more than a full hand, just because I feel like you lose a lot of value by not having 7 cards in your hand to start with. Go for farmhand, grab a plains. There's a lot of ways to get your land in this deck, which is really nice. I feel like this deck's gonna be more controlly. Can I put this on a planeswalker? No. So let's just keep putting our lands down. See, they can put their planeswalker down. On their turn now. Probably won't be able to get rid of it before he can ult. Hey, Froggy, this is pretty good. Perfect enchantment, non-basic land. Might do that. Let's get rid of their dual land. And then we can transformation or frog Emiel next turn. Slime's not gonna do anything for him. Alright, then we go for Ranger Captain. Take action. Get Esper Sentinel. Set your library, sacrifice, your opponent cannot cast non-creature spells. So I can make him not... I think we do that for them from using their, or putting their Planeswalker down this turn. And whatever else they might have in their hand. Alright, no blocks. Go for Tolsmar. Should have the mana to do both. Esper. Tolsmar. Fighting. Get rid of their Provisioner. We're gaining control, probably putting the Planeswalker down. Foretelling. It's gotta be a solid coming. So let's go for Emiel. Probably gonna get counter. That's perfectly fine. Make him waste the counter. Cause now we can go a Johnny next turn and plus 1 counter on every time. Doesn't seem like they're going to be doing much this turn. Really want to make sure or be able to answer their Planeswalker. Cavalier or Don can also get rid of it.
Steadfast in all your ways, light shall always conquer darkness.
Then we're gonna swing in with Tolsmar. See if they double block. +1 counters on Esper Sentinel. Makes them have to pay more each turn if they want me to not draw a card. Well, it looks like we might be getting roped. Just don't get roping. If you think you're going to lose, just scoop and go to your next game, man. Maybe mulligan next. We're going up against, however you say that, Grazilex. This hand looks a lot better. Yeah, this hand's way better. I'll put this on plate. Being that they're mono blue, they're probably gonna have counter spells, which is always nice. So, we're gonna counter spell this turn. Let's see. Next turn we go Arcane Signet. That leaves us with 3 mana. We can go Spring Bling Druid. He might lands to us. So, see if we can get Arcane Signet down. They're probably just going to counter it. Surprise not. But I feel like they have a counter, so let's just do Wall of Blossom instead. Yeah, they definitely got something. Alright, Elvis Visionary is nice. Another 2 mana, draw 1. Bullrog, the Fuddler. I want to be able to put Emerald down, or Emiel down, and also be able to use this effect. So, gonna hold out. So neither of these really do anything. And if they bounce Wall of Blossom too, that just gives us another trigger. Another free turn. So we'll go Elvis Visionary. Draw again. Spring Bloom Druid. We'll sack one of the forces. And we'll pick up 2 planes. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll be able to put Emiel down next turn. Yep, especially now that they did that. I think this game's already over. Teleportation circle's nice, but we want to go for Emiel. And I think we're just going to pass for now and do it on their turn. See if they have an answer for Emiel. But I am going to put a stop on their end step to make sure to remember to do the blink effect. Sometimes I just hit mix without thinking. Also, my audio might be too loud, so I'm going to turn that down. Sorry if it's been like that, I'm still trying to figure out all the audio mix. Yeah, it sounds like it still might be too loud. Think we're getting roped again? Alright, no, maybe not, sorry, that's my bad. Coming down his commander, he's probably gonna use this effect to bounce and draw. That's what it does, right? Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage. Oh, never mind. They have to actually do something. I was thinking it's like ninjutsu, which he should be running in this deck, I would imagine. But he ain't got black, so it's not too many things. I can only imagine one of those is an epiphany. Alright, this time we will sack a plane and get 2 forces. Or no, let's get a force and a planes. Command tower, teleportation circle. See what else we can draw. Johnny's really good. We only have 3 mana. So we'll do what we did last turn. I don't want them double blocking, so we'll just pass. And let's bounce Wall of Blossoms again. Decline to play. If it is Epiphany, they still got a long ways to go before they can even cast it, so I think we're good. We have our draw engine, and we have plenty of lands, so it's going to be hard for them to catch up. We just need a way to kill them now. Alright. Now Solid Coming, I think, only costs 1, so if they get a land, they can still cast it, but it looks like they may have not gotten a land. It's really unfortunate for them, but can't say I haven't been there too. So this is probably Solid Coming and Epiphany. Shoot, I forgot to do my triggers. That's what I meant. Even with the thing to stop it, I still hit it.
But we could be much greater together. Turn back while you
Probably should have put an incubation druid. See, I'm still new at this, so let's bounce Elvis Visionary. Feel like Wall of Blossom's good where it's at now. Unbreakable Formation is nice. C3. Alright, we can bounce it again. We'll keep Heroic Intervention and Faithful Absent up. Still no attacks, so I feel like we're not quite there. I go for Spring Bloom again on their turn. This time I'll try to remember to do it. Does this guy not draw a land again? He has Mire on the field, so he can technically has 5 mana. I should probably have killed this a turn or two ago now that I think about it. Go ahead and do it now off the trigger. You still have enough mana for Heroic Intervention if there's anything else. I can still tap it for the mana. They won't lose it, I don't think. They're foretelling. That's good. Get that out of their hand. What does this do? Tap an untapped artifact you control, add mana. So I guess I can tap itself. We now can't blink with Emerald, so we'll just pass the turn. Chromatic Lantern fixes all our land. We can transformation their Razalex now. Panoramica's perfect. Force. Will uptick to gain some life. And that's good.
Now do you see the benefits of peace?
Probably would have been a little bit better. Kind of feel bad for him. He didn't draw any lands. This might be interesting. This might be an interesting match. Just imagine it's going to be very heavy on kill spells. Probably should have put Secluded on there, but I didn't really notice what it was. Okay, Signet. You know, I think we'll cycle it, not since we have another planes in our hand. Ritual. See if we can get a kill spell. Is this a discard deck? That's fine too. So, Wall of Blossom. Ambitious Farmhand. Get a Plains. We can go for Blessed Sanctuary next turn. I don't think they're gonna make us sack any creatures. Draw a card. Alright, now we gotta answer for a Rankle. I think we just go for Blessed Sanctuary. Next turn we can Source the Plowshare and then put Ozilift down. Damn, I was about to say, I was kind of hoping that they would run out of lands. Nyx Lotus is very good for them. But if we get rid of Rankle, that's another card that they're missing. And Swords of Plowshares will make it so that they can't get a trigger off Midnight Rider. And do we have enough to Cavalier of Dawn? Oh, we do. So let's do that. Get rid of their extra mana. And then we'll Swords the Plowshares their Rankle. And that was a pretty good turn. Stop them from ramping. And we ought to have enough mana next turn to be able to trigger Emiel. Just feel bad for them now. Get another trigger of Blessed Sanctuary, and that's game. Alright, we got a land. Let me put Brightmare away for now. We are going up against Warrior Poet. We will put a forest down. So this is a Planeswalker, gain life equal to the greatest power. So I imagine they're going to have big boys, probably dinosaurs. Deals X damage divided. So go for Innkeeper. Want to save Druid. Hey, if they want to waste it on that, go ahead. Deals 1 damage to each creature if it doesn't have that. Go Fable Passage. We would go for a Plains. I kind of misplayed. I thought I had 4 lands. So see how this goes. Alright, they're just passing. Probably expecting me to play my commander, but I'm not going to yet. Attacks. They go for their commander.
You should surrender now.
It does
Go
cost 5.
Feast on their flesh.
So we'll go for our commander. And we'll pass turn. Keeping up sheltered. Sacred Fire.
Come, sing the song of fame.
The fact that that's a 0 cost is very nice for them. So let's see. If I blink, Skyclave Apparition. Three, it leaves that. I don't have enough for Teferi's Protection. There's no real point in getting rid of the tokens, I don't think. So we'll just pass turn. We can blink whatever they might target. Sandra rest to kill.
Yep, I'm basically a professional at saving in a stride by now.
It's 1 damage to the 1 target player. Just whatever.
Watch me heat up the dance.
Creating another dinosaur.
And feast on their flesh.
Alright. One blank Incubation Druid. Get a +1 counter on it. And we can tap it for more mana. So, I'm gonna go for Brightmare. And we tap down one of the creatures. Now, do I do it again? And go for one of their Planeswalkers. Could also get rid of their... and go for Massive Andal. Get rid of their Chromatic Lantern. I'll keep up Teferi's Protection. I guess that was game.
Up to a simmer.
I don't know why. The board was pretty nice. Alright, going up against Krenko again. We really need to draw whenever. There we go. So, this is either they get Krenko out and go nuts, or we outpace them. It's kind of 50-50. Usually when they don't have a goblin for the first turn, that's pretty decent. Alright, we got a draw spell. Godless Greeter is very good. Though, I think we'll hold on to it for a second. Go for Overgrown Farmland next. Go for Emiel. Probably want one of their haste creatures, I'm sure. Tolsimir will be very nice next turn. Leaves up 2. So then we go for Spring Bloom Druid. Decline. We will sack a Force. Grab 2 more. Swing in. They might block. Tosamir will be what makes the difference. We can get rid of that with Tosamir. We can also get rid of Skyclave. Wolf token. Get rid of their Orc Battle Driver. Skyclave Apparition can get rid of the Krinko. This, I think we outpaced them. Yep. Not to mention I can just blink Tosamir again. We'll have them fight. We'll make it a 4-4. So now we keep the wolf token. And we'll decline. We'll keep up mana. Deals X damage to target creature. So that's 3. What are they getting rid of? It's fine. We can finally use our safekeeping we've had in our hand. And that's a scoop. Alright guys, that's the deck. As you can see, it performs pretty well. Just if they don't get rid of Emiel, you just keep blinking your creatures, getting triggers, and etc. Do it on their turn, do it on your turn. It doesn't really matter. We didn't really get to see anything like Kogla or Titan of Industry. I'm blinking that. Blessed Sanctuary came in here and there, dragged us a little bit, but Tosamir really showed off pretty well. So did it your Sharn. But as you see, there's a lot of ways to get to your lands in this deck, a lot of ways to draw cards every turn. As long as you're not getting interrupted, pretty good. And then there's many different ways to protect your creatures while they're on the field, making your opponent waste their cards, etc. But with all that in mind, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. You know, I plan on making more historic Brawl videos. I might even make more videos on this deck just because I really enjoy it. But look out for my other content too. I'm trying to, you know, I see a lot of YouTubers kind of stay on one game and they never kind of diversify what games they're playing, and some of them kind of get burnt out on the one game they're playing, or the one game that they're uploading to YouTube. So I'm looking to not start off like that, but instead branch out into other games I have interest in. That's why you might see some more Binding of Isaac videos uploaded. You also might see something like Factorio soon, anything like that. Yeah, I'm also debating, you know, I'm a big on Monster Hunter, so debating uploading some Sunbreak videos when that comes out. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I got a lot on my mind for this channel. YouTube is something I've wanted to do for a long time. I just never really had the motivation to do it. I struggle a lot with self-confidence. So I'm thinking, and it seems like it is, this is giving me a motivation throughout the day to make videos. It makes me feel like I'm being productive. You know, I've struggled a lot with like my, I guess say, lifestyle. I tried to do a lot of things to kind of get my life going, but nothing's quite there yet. I do have things I'm working on aside from this, you know, to reach that goal, but YouTube's always been a very big goal of mine to start, and I've always kind of made excuses not to make the channel or grow the channel. So I'm looking to change that over the year. And I'm hoping, you know, the more I do this, the better I get, the more people watch. And hopefully, after a while, this channel becomes a success. But either way, even if it doesn't, yeah, I don't mind either. I think the biggest thing for me would be a small audience that I can communicate with back and forth, for a social aspect. So, I don't know, that's just some of my thoughts. Like I said, if you like the video, like and subscribe, helps me out. It helps me get me going, makes me motivated to do more. And if you want to see more, just stick around. Thanks for watching.